Okay, hold on. Ben Affleck.
Okay, Ben Affleck. Okay, well, he started out as an angel back in the old times. And he comes down, he's pissed. He's like, I'm going to get back to heaven. And he cuts off his wings. All this cool shit happens. And ends up getting his fucking head and chest exploded. But, you know, he found his way out of heaven once. He finds his way out of hell again. Comes back to Earth. And then he gets blinded. Duncan fucking kneecaps that bitch. And then it's like, I don't want to be blind anymore, because he's an angel, he can do that. And he's like, I've been wasting my life. I've been around for thousands of years. I should go to college. Wait, no, he wasn't in college. He was like a dock worker in good while, wasn't he? I should go to the docks. Wasting my life. I work on a dock. So he works on a dock for a while and watches fucking Will Hunting become awesome, and Ben Affleck's like, not so awesome. So in order to become awesome, he starts working for the mob. And that's when he falls in love with Jennifer Lopez.
It all goes downhill from there.
Yeah, it doesn't work so well. They break up. And then he meets Jennifer Lopez again. And falls in love with Jennifer Lopez and her Jersey family.
Nobody's seen
that movie.
Jersey.
No, he falls in love with Jennifer Lopez in that movie.
Yeah.
That was his wife at first.
Yeah. Wow, it's a continuation. He falls in love with Liv Tyler after breaking up.
When does he work at Fashionable Mail?
Okay, and wait.
And then he draws comic books
Yeah,
somewhere.
that was next. After breaking up with Liv Tyler, because she's the daughter of Steven Tyler, and he doesn't like Aerosmith, he starts drawing comics, and he falls in love with a lesbian. And for some reason that doesn't work out. Who would have thought? And so then he gets a job at the mall. And by that time, he's very, pissed off at life. And he's all about raping chicks. And so he goes to prison for a while. And he gets ass raped in prison. And he's
Reindeer
like,
games.
Yeah, that was good. And then he goes to space.
Okay, wait, okay.
Bail bondsman and smoking aces. What's also in the paycheck?
And he was George Reeves.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the end. That's
At the end, as he becomes George Reeves.
In the end, because all this takes place prior to 1945. He goes into space. And he stops a meteor. This is while he's married to Liv Tyler.
Okay.
He comes back down and is like, Liv Tyler, I love you. Let me rub a strawberry on you, or whatever. And then she's like, I don't want to close my eyes. And he's like, don't. And then he comes back down and it's like, we blew up the meteor, but Bruce Willis died, but he's really okay, he'll be in Die Hard. Yeah, Bruce Willis falls from the meteor, lands on Earth, inside a building where he has to fight terrorists, but that's neither here nor there. And then,
Is there anything else in his head?
Ben Affleck?
Yeah.
He was in Phantoms.
Ben Affleck was the bomb in Phantoms.
Yeah.
He wasn't Shakespeare in Love. He was Shakespeare, wasn't he?
No.
He was the guy in Love.
He was also no, he was an actor that was being replaced by Gwyneth Paltrow, I think.
I have a new one once you're done with Ben Affleck.
Okay, well, anyway, Ben Affleck, he becomes an actor. Working for Shakespeare, who, Shakespeare obviously existed in the 1920s, 1930s. And he's working in Hollywood. It's a very trying time when Hollywood World War I's going on. There's a depression, I guess, whatever, that stuff's lame. And then he becomes Superman, starts acting as Superman, and then he hangs himself.
Well, when is he in a sequel about a movie based around his friend Will Hunting, and then this fat guy? Yeah.
I like the sound of them apples, Will. He's not in that movie.
Oh, okay.
That was the guy from American Pie.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
All right. Oh, Pearl Harbor.
He hangs himself because of Pearl Harbor.
Oh!
There we go.
I got one now. Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise?
Vampire.
Shit!
Well, I can't use vampire. I already used that for Gary Oldman, who may have been the hardest one of the entire bunch. Okay, so Tom Cruise. Well, there's very young Tom Cruise movies. He's been acting for a long time. So, there were some crazy, things that happened when he was a kid, where like his parents left him at home and he got all naked and danced around the house, and that was cool. And he graduated from high school, and his parents were like, "You should go to college." And he was like, "No, I want to become a bartender, follow my dream." And he's becoming a bartender. And his phone is ringing.
Cody.
Hey, it's Mickey.
Oh!
Someone else recorded.
Got it.
Okay, I guess I'm still going to talk. So while he's a bartender, he gets another dream, which is to become a fighter pilot. Okay, Tom Cruise is going to follow his dreams. That's his new life journey now. He follows his dreams, becomes a fighter pilot. That works out swimmingly, honestly. Except for his friend dying, fucking Goose or Iceman or whatever. I haven't seen Top Gun since. Anyway, so he stops being a fighter pilot because he's sad because his friend died. And, but they're like, "You're too good of an asset to the government. Maybe you should come and work for us secretly and do impossible missions." Well, maybe I will. And, so, he does a couple impossible missions, 3 of them, in fact. And after he's done with those, they're like, "Maybe you should still work for us." And he's like, "No, I have a new dream. I would like to become a politician." And they're like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, I've worked for the CIA for long enough." And so, they give him a new identity as some guy named Jack Ryan. And, he's a CIA agent and he runs for office and wins and shit. And, but that didn't happen. He quits office or whatever. And then after that...
But he saved the world from aliens.
That's near last. It's almost going to be last.
Oh, what about Eyes Wide Shut?
His wife is a freak, and then he becomes a freak. Wait, no.
Last Samurai, yeah,
Oh. So why is a secret agent who goes to Japan? As we all know, everyone in Japan is like samurai. Japan's like now, to this day. And, so he comes back to America. I don't know why. Samurais are awesome. And then, sure, aliens attack. Let's go with that because I can't think of anything.
What about the other school? Minority Report.
Was he in that?
Yes, he was the main character in that. Next to last. Let's hold it. Fights the aliens. Kills the aliens. They take the alien technology and use that to predict future crimes. So now he's all like, I can predict future crimes and stop them. And there's a big humpty-doo about that, and there's air computers and stuff. Air report was stupid. And then, he's like, man, I've done so much. I'm pretty awesome. I guess I should... Oh, crap, vampire! He becomes a vampire. And this is in England, which is, as we know, very Victorian to this very day. He traveled over there because Nicole Kidman's Australian. Good reason. And then Tom Cruise was in...
Then he jumped on the couch.
He was in A Few Good Men.
Oh.
And, okay, after he became a vampire, since I'm not going back, after he became a vampire, he was like, well, I should go search for the military again, And that's how vampires talk. And they're like, Tom Cruise, you come here, work for the military. And he's like, I found the truth! You can't handle the truth! And then he's like, oh, and that's it.
The end.